The Saints have rattled off 2 wins in a row to even up their record at 2-2 and have a chance to throw the MSFA Midwest League into havoc going into the final 2 weeks. SAU brings in a stout run defense, allowing a league-best 66 yards per game on the ground. So it would appear the Saints will lean on the arm of the starting quarterback Eric Maffey this afternoon. The Saints hope a change of venue and weather can change the outcome against Ambrose today on the USF Sports TV network.
Pulls up for the tie. Got it. We're going overtime. Steps up in the and he is flat. Dedman takes the snap. Option play. Fakes the pitch. Dives. Touchdown. 14-yard score for the freshman quarterback. Blocked by Woods. Monfrey's got her second kill of the night. That's your boy right there, Chris Johnson. To McDaniel. 3-point attempt is good for Adrian McDaniel. Ahead to Jordan Pyle. Pyle lays it up and draws the foul.
A few minutes away from kickoff, it is St. Francis and St. Ambrose today, the second meeting between the Bees and the Saints, and it's time for our weekly talk with head coach Joe Curry. Coach, first off, you're looking good. You're looking slim, man. I got to tell you look real good. Not that I'm hitting on you or anything.
Yeah, thanks, man. We've been trying to live a healthier lifestyle, put it that way.
It's well, whatever you're doing seems to be working, man. But let's talk about football here. Last week, and I'm really sorry I missed the game. I'm really sorry I couldn't make the bus trip down to St. Louis. But, man, I don't know if you've ever had a week like that with hours of weather delay, overtime. What time did that game end? I think you're supposed to start at 3, right?
Yeah, we were supposed to start at 3. Then there was a soccer game that pushed us till 5. And so we actually started at 5. We played it was a long road trip for us. We left at 8 in the morning and drove down there just in time to get a pregame meal. We're able to do that, made it to the stadium on time. We actually played 16 plays, I believe it was. And then there was lightning in the area, storms and everything, so they called it. And it was a weather delay for 3.5 hours, something like that. And, we were getting updates every half hour. And, really, to be truthful, I thought it was going to get canceled. Me and the head coach talked, and we said, hey, do we want to play? And I was adamant, and he was adamant that we are getting this game in. So we were both on the same page there. I told him I didn't drive down here all day to play 16 plays. So he was agreeing with that, and we just waited it out. And fortunately, the weather did clear up. We started again, I believe, at around 8:30 and got done, I believe it was a little bit before 11:30. So it was a long day. And then the bus ride back, we didn't get home until about 4:15 in the morning. So
good Lord. Yeah. Well, it makes that a lot easier to swallow when you get to hang a W on the board. But it did take 2 overtimes. It was a nice win over a Missouri Baptist team that, is up and coming. They're getting better every single year, as is Trinity, the team before that you beat. So you got a record of 2-2, and you're taking on a St. Ambrose team that you had to go out to their place earlier this season. Another really close game. Every single game you played, I'm telling you stuff you already know, but every single game you played has been within 1 possession. And you got the Bees again. They're getting better, too. They beat St. Xavier last week, which is a nice win for them. Not a lot of teams get to say they beat St. Xavier, so a nice win for the Bees. So how do you feel as far as where your team started to where they are now? How have your guys improved?
Well, they've improved, obviously every single week with offense and defense. I think our offense is getting better every single week. We're putting up more points. I think our defense has been stout all year, and we've been, steadily getting better there. The more we're missing some guys, but now we're getting them back, able to play, and so I just really believe the biggest thing that we've improved on, and this sounds cliche, I guess, is our resiliency, because we've been put in a lot of different situations within our program and week to week in games, we're losing because of this, we're losing because of that and everything, and some of those things, I just kept telling our team, guys, I don't know when it is, but somewhere we're going to learn from this, and somewhere it's going to turn for us. And hopefully that continues. We've had a nice trend here the past couple of weeks. St. Ambrose is a great team. They are getting better as well. And, they're really good on the offensive side, physical, running the football type of a team. Defensively, they're real stout. They're not giving up anything in the running game. So it's going to be a big game for us to be able to throw the ball a little bit to be successful on offense.
Well, let's talk about throwing the ball. You guys have had 3 guys who've played quarterback. I know you really liked your freshman, Will. He got hurt a little bit earlier on. You went with Eric. You've gone with Joey Passo, the freshman quarterback, the last couple of weeks. Where does the quarterback's situation sit right now?
Yeah, so, they continue to compete every week. Will, we're trying to get back. He's actually started to practice now, but I don't know that he'll be ready today. Joey's a little bit banged up, so we're going to go with Eric Maffey today. Think that he gives us the best shot to in the throwing game to be successful. We're doing some things, moving Rayvon and Liam around in some different spots in the slot and those sort of things, running some different routes to be able to get them the ball in areas that we think they can be showcased and be successful at. So hopefully, Eric's able to execute. I was really proud of him last week. He came in and took us down the field on what I thought was going to be a game-winning drive, and we just happened to miss the field goal. But he did some really good things for us at the end of the game and in overtime, and he's confident. He's leading our team, and I hope that continues today.
Well, you talked about the missed field goal there from Brian. He makes a lot more than he misses, though, and he picked up another trophy in his trophy case, another Special Teams Player of the Week award. Seems like all your guys are picking up awards every single week, man.
Well, they're doing, they're not doing anything. I keep telling them every week, just do what we ask you to do, and Brian has been really good with coming to me and our special teams coordinator, Coach Guyon, and, hey, I'm good from this distance. I'm good from here. And normally as a coach, you're like, okay, you're good from there, but are you really? And, and Brian has been spot on with his distances and everything. And you're right. He's made more than he's missed. So that's always a positive. And for a guy like Brian, as a true freshman, to come in here and handle every kicking duty, he never punted before in high school, and now he's our punter. He's doing things that he hasn't done before, and he's excelling at them and doing a pretty good job. So
he's doing a really great job. I did not know he did not punt in high school, but he came onto the field there. He's punting like he's been doing it for a long time. I think he got a nice little weapon there for the next couple of years. And Brian, he's only going to get better too. And from what I hear, the team, when you go through adversity in any kind of situation, but especially as a football team, you kind of come together, right? It seems like this group that you have is a bit unique in that way. You were telling me a story about going through those weather delays down at Missouri Baptist. Now things are coming together for your guys. Just talk about your group as far as personality and coming together.
Well, they've been, it's a weird year, obviously. So imagine we start out the year, we can't even have team meetings. So we can't do things like, have a name game and introduce, hey, I'm Scott Tumulty from so-and-so. Like nobody knew, everybody was just kind of, hey, show up at practice, let's get our work in and let's go home kind of a deal, and throughout the year, every week it's been building and they've gotten to know each other better. And, in our 3-hour rain delay, we fed them Chick-fil-A sandwiches, and I come in the locker room, and before you know it, there's a wrapper war of Chick-fil-A sandwich wrappers getting thrown all over the place, and guys getting pelted, and guys having a great time with it, and all those things. And I think it really, brought our team. One of the instances where I think it really, our team bonding and brought our team together a little bit. And I think that obviously helped us last Saturday when we went out and we still had a football game to play, but maybe our guys became a little bit closer through that whole process.
Silver linings to tough situations, no doubt about it.
Yep.
Hey, let's talk about St. Ambrose real quick. Can you give us a scouting report? You kind of talked a little bit about it, but what kind of things do you guys need to do to win against the Bees? Well,
I kept telling our guys all week that the biggest thing for us as a team is just to eliminate mental errors. I feel like the past couple of weeks, that's what's kept teams in the ball game versus us. As an example, a couple of weeks ago, I kept telling guys, Trinity guys, they're not going to, drive the ball on you, but they're going to go 3 and out, then they're going to hit you with a big play, for our defense, I keep telling our guys, it's not good enough anymore to be 7 out of 8 as an example, or 6 out of 8. Like we have to be 8 out of 8, and everything we got beat on were mental errors, even last week defensively, and offensively, the same thing. We cannot jump off sides and give us a 1st and 15. We cannot fumble the football. We cannot, throw it to the other team, not purposely, but I mean, it's a very easy read that we're just throwing to the other team. Like, we cannot turn the ball over. We cannot do dumb things out there. And if we just do that, we're going to find ourselves in the ball game at the end. And then it's, just like last week, once we stopped making mistakes, we were able to move the ball up and down the field on them. We were able to stop them on defense. We were able to do things that we, normally are accustomed to doing. And that's going to be the same thing today. St. Ambrose, they are a gritty team as well. They're not flashy. Okay. They're not going to throw the ball 70 times and hit you over the top and those things. They're going to pound the ball on offense. They're going to run the football and just try to limit your possessions and try to get you to make a mistake with their defense. And that's what happened to us last time. If you recall last game, when we played them, I believe we had 5 or 6 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I believe we were 0 for 5 in the red zone, as a team. So, and you still lose that game 14-6. So there's a lot of things that we can improve on. And if we don't have to be 100% on it, but if we just improve on those couple of things, I think we're going to be the better team today and get a W.
Well, one thing that's definitely going to be improved is the weather situation. Last time you played them, it was like 5 degrees out in Davenport, Iowa, and you're coming off a few weeks where you didn't even get to play because of postponements and cancellations. So a little bit more of a football-friendly weather for you. I know the fans are going to be a little more comfortable sitting out in the stands, and hopefully we get just as an exciting game, but with a slightly different turnout at the end. Huh?
I hope so, too.
Go get him, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate it.
There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Get in the game at playnaia.org.
Coach Lee Turnbull unable to be with us again for another week, but we wish him a quick recovery from his surgery. He'll be back hopefully very, very soon. We got ourselves a very interesting game here against the Bees and the Saints. As you see, I believe Saints won the toss, and it'll be the Bees returning the opening kickoff when we get things underway. But as the Saints come into this game, they're just 2-4. They're 2-2. Coming off 2 straight wins against Trinity International at home a few weeks ago and Missouri Baptist down the road last week. We'll get a little bit more in depth about that game. We'll get definitely more in depth about St. Ambrose's previous week coming in, a big win over number 18 ranked St. Xavier. But just to indicate how close Joe Curry's Saints have been to making this a full
352 yards coming into today, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for the sophomore out of Moline High School. Interesting game for him. Moline, part of the Quad Cities, which includes Davenport as well, where St. Ambrose is located. In the air and wide open near midfield is Rayvon Johnson. A few yards after the catch into St. Ambrose territory to the 42-yard line. About 20 yards on the pitch and catch from Maffey to Johnson. And Rayvon has been spectacular. You're going to hear his name over and over again today. A junior out of Bolingbrook High School, or I should say out of Hinsdale South High School. A transfer in from Northern Michigan University, a D2 school, where he was that school's leading receiver. Here's Maffey again through the air. Nothing there. Tucks it. And he's wrapped up, and he'll go backward 2 yards. Bernard Buhake, like we mentioned, he is the best defensive player for the Bees. His 34th tackle, his 6th sack of the season. He leads the team in that. 13 tackles for a loss. He's 6th in the country in that department as well. He will be Eric Maffey's #1 annoyance today. Pere Barber in behind Maffey. Pressure coming, gets rid of it to Eldridge. He'll pick up 4 to make it 3rd down. And 8 yards to go for the Saints on their opening drive. Liam Eldridge and Rayvon Johnson, the 2 main targets in the passing game for the Saints. They are pretty much battling for the top spot in each of the receiving categories. Rayvon has the edge, but Liam Eldridge, number 21, right behind him, 32 catches, 334 yards. He has 3 touchdowns as well. This, if you're the Saints, the running or the passing